On a clear, sunny morning in June, a quaint little village comes to life. As the sun rises over the rooftops, it paints the village with a warm, golden hue. A place frozen in time, the village is home to 300 souls, each with a story woven into the fabric of its existence. As the day unfolds, the air fills with the laughter of children, their innocent faces alight with joy. They scamper around the village square, their playful antics a delightful sight. The men, sturdy and strong, gather in their work-worn clothes, their faces etched with the lines of a hard day's toil. They talk in hushed tones, their conversations punctuated by hearty laughter. The women, graceful and serene, clustered together, their voices a melodious symphony that adds to the charm of the morning. Amidst the mirth and merriment, there is an undercurrent of anticipation. It is, after all, a day unlike any other. The village square, usually a place of joviality, carries a sense of foreboding. The cause of this unease is a black box. It sits there, inconspicuous and yet impossible to ignore. The box, weathered and worn, has seen better days. Its once vibrant hue has faded, replaced by a dull black that stands in stark contrast to the sunny atmosphere. The black box, despite its ominous presence, is an integral part of the village's tradition. It has been there for generations, its existence intertwined with the lives of the villagers. It is a symbol of continuity, a relic of the past that connects the present with the bygone era. Its significance is embedded in the psyche of the villagers, its presence a constant reminder of a ritual that is as old as the village itself. As the morning wears on, the villagers begin to gather around the black box. Men, women and children all drawn towards it like moths to a flame. They stand there, their faces a mix of anticipation and apprehension. The black box, an object of curiosity and dread, holds their collective attention. It is a tradition that has been carried out for as long as anyone can remember. As the clock strikes 10, the lottery begins. The hush of anticipation blankets the crowd as they gather around a time-worn black box. This box, seasoned by countless years and countless draws, holds the fate of every family in this quaint village. One by one, the patriarchs step forward, their faces etched with a strange mix of stoicism and anxiety. Each of them reaches into the box, their fingers brushing against the crisp slips of paper. Each slip identical, save for the one marked with a black spot, the one that holds a fate no one wishes to claim. The air is thick with tension, each drawn breath held until the slip is safely tucked away, unread. Yet, amidst this silent drama, the mundane carries on. Children play in the distance, their laughter a stark contrast to the grave event. Women exchange recipes and gossip, their words a mere whisper against the overwhelming silence. Men discuss farming and taxes, their voices drowned by the pounding heartbeats of those who have yet to draw. It's a peculiar scene of ordinary life intertwined with extraordinary dread, each conversation, each smile, each casual remark. A desperate attempt to mask the underlying fear, a fear that lingers in every corner, in every glance, in every drawn slip. One by one, they draw from the box. The wealthy landowner, the humble farmer, the jovial innkeeper, each take their turn. The crowd watches, their eyes darting between the box and the person drawing. Each drawn slip bringing a collective sigh of relief or a stifled gasp of horror. And then it's Bill Hutchinson's turn. He strides forward, his steps echoing the beating hearts around him. His hand delves into the box, shuffling the slips before drawing one out. The crowd watches, their breath hitching as he unfolds the slip. One by one, the slips are opened until finally Bill Hutchinson holds the one marked with a black spot. The silence is deafening, the anticipation unbearable, but the lottery is not over. Not yet, for the true horror is yet to unfold. The crowd goes silent as the Hutchinson's fate is sealed. A palpable tension seizes the air, the once carefree atmosphere replaced by a chilling silence that hangs heavy over the villagers. Their faces, once alight with the cheerful banter of the lottery, now bear expressions of dread and relief, a macabre mix that paints a stark portrait of the human condition. A collective sigh seems to escape them, a somber symphony born out of the relief of having dodged fate's cruel hand, and the fear of witnessing its ruthless grip on one of their own. In the midst of the crowd stands Bill Hutchinson, a simple villager thrust into the limelight of this morbid spectacle. His face is ashen, but his posture remains unbowed. He holds the dreaded slip of paper in his hands, the harbinger of his family's impending doom. It is a stark contrast to the vibrant flowers and sunny skies that grace the village on this otherwise beautiful day. Beside him, his wife Tessie protests vehemently. Her voice, shrill and desperate, echoes through the crowd, a futile plea against the inevitable. "It isn't fair, it isn't right," she cries, but the villagers remain unmoved, their faces etched with a grim resolve, born out of years of adherence to this unthinkable tradition. Despite Tessie's pleas, the second lottery draw for the Hutchinson family proceeds. The tension mounts as each family member draws a slip of paper, the crowd watching with bated breath. The air is thick with anticipation, each passing moment an agonizing stretch of time that seems to drag on forever. Then the moment arrives. Tessie Hutchinson, the woman who dared to question the fairness of the lottery, draws the slip with the black spot. A gasp ripples through the crowd, the villagers recoiling as if struck. But there is no turning back now. The Hutchinsons' fate is sealed, their destiny intertwined with the cruel whims of the lottery. And then Tessie Hutchinson draws the slip with the black spot. The unthinkable tradition unfolds as the villagers pick up stones. A wave of chilling silence washes over the crowd. A collective gasp is held in. A shiver runs through the bones of the bystanders as the horrifying reality of the lottery is revealed. The children, earlier seen merrily playing, now fill their pockets with stones. The men, once jovial and relaxed, gather a pile of stones in the square. The women, their faces pale, pick up the smallest pebbles they can find. This is not a lottery of fortune, but a lottery of doom. Tessie Hutchinson stands alone in the square, her face a picture of terror and disbelief. She'd been an integral part of this community, a friend, a mother, a wife. Now she is the chosen one, the unfortunate soul selected by this gruesome tradition. Her pleas for mercy echo through the square, a haunting melody that will linger long after she's gone. But the crowd is unmoved. The villagers, her neighbors, her friends, even her own family all turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to her pleas. The tradition must be upheld, the lottery must go on. One by one, stones are hurled at Tessie. Each stone represents a betrayal, a friend turned foe, a loved one turned executioner. Her husband, Bill Hutchinson, stoically throws his stone and her children follow suit. The very people she had loved and nurtured now contribute to her end. The stones fly with an intensity that reflects the village's blind adherence to tradition. Tessie's cries grow weaker, her pleas turn into whispers and then silence. The unthinkable has happened, the tradition has been upheld, the lottery has claimed its victim. Tessie Hutchinson, a beloved member of the community, is no more. Tessie's fate is a grim reminder of the horrifying power of blind tradition, of the atrocities humans are capable of when they surrender their moral judgment to age-old customs. As the stones fly, Tessie Hutchinson falls, and the lottery is over. In the haunting silence that follows, the dark symbolism and themes of the lottery come to light. As we peel back the layers, we uncover a chilling narrative that hinges on the blind adherence to tradition, the inhumanity bred from mob mentality and the randomness of persecution. The lottery, with its seemingly innocuous title, is anything but. It is a ritual steeped in blood and senseless violence, a grim testament to the dangers of unquestioning conformity. The villagers, swayed by the crowd and bound by tradition, engage in a horrifying act of brutality. This blind adherence speaks volumes of the human capacity to forsake compassion and reason at the altar of tradition. The inhumanity that arises from following the crowd is another disturbing theme. The villagers, otherwise ordinary folks, are transformed into unfeeling executioners under the guise of a community event. The transformation is so complete that even the bonds of family and friendship are forgotten. The crowd mentality strips them of their individuality and their ability to empathize, leaving behind a mob that carries out a senseless act of violence without a second thought. The randomness of persecution is another unsettling element in the story. The selection of the victim is entirely left to chance, to the cold impartiality of a lottery. It is a grim reminder that persecution often lacks reason or fairness, and that anyone can fall victim to it. The black box, a seemingly mundane object, emerges as a potent symbol of the village's unexamined traditions and beliefs. It is old and worn, much like the tradition it represents, yet it commands an unquestioning respect and fear. Its presence is a stark reminder of the dangers of clinging to outdated and harmful traditions. And so, Shirley Jackson's The Lottery serves as a chilling reminder of the horrors that can unfold when people stop questioning the traditions they follow.